remote village nestled deep within a lush valley, where mist-shrouded mountains touched the sky and ancient forests whispered secrets of the past, lived a curious 12-year-old girl named Nia. Unlike her peers who were content with their daily routines, Nia felt an inexplicable pull towards the mysteries of the forest and the stories of her ancestors. One crisp autumn morning, as golden leaves carpeted the forest floor, Nia ventured deeper into the woods than ever before. The air hummed with an energy she couldn't explain, leading her to a small clearing bathed in dappled sunlight. There, half buried in the soft earth, she found an intricately carved stone amulet. As her fingers brushed its smooth surface, a warm tingling sensation spread through her body. Excited by her discovery, Nia brought the amulet back to the village. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but soon strange occurrences began to unfold. The village's crops, which had been struggling due to an unusually dry season, suddenly flourished overnight. Then old Toma, who had been bedridden for months, arose one morning feeling as spry as a young man. As whispers of magic and miracles spread through the village, Nia's grandmother Asha noticed the amulet hanging around her granddaughter's neck. Her eyes widened in recognition, and she gasped, "Child, where did you find this?" Nia recounted her discovery in the forest, and Asha's weathered face grew solemn. "This is the amulet of the ancients," she explained, her voice barely above a whisper. "It was lost generations ago, and with it, much of our people's power and wisdom." Word of the amulet's reappearance spread quickly, and the village elders called for a gathering. As the community huddled around the central fire, the oldest among them, Kale, revealed an ancient prophecy. When the lost stone returns to chosen hands, the village will flourish, the sick will stand. But beware the shadow that follows light, for power attracts those who'd win by might. The bearer must choose between self and all, to rise as a guardian or watch us fall. The weight of the prophecy settled heavily on Nia's young shoulders. She realized that the amulet's power was both a gift and a burden. As she grappled with this newfound responsibility, reports reached the village of strangers in the area, outsiders with machinery and maps, eyeing the land with greedy intent. Torn between the desire to use the amulet's power for herself and the need to protect her people, Nia sought solitude to think. As she sat by a bubbling stream, clutching the amulet, she heard whispers on the wind. Closing her eyes, she found herself surrounded by ethereal figures, the spirits of her ancestors. They spoke to her of balance, of the interconnectedness of all things, and of the wisdom passed down through generations. They taught her how to channel the amulet's power, not as a tool for personal gain, but as a conduit for the collective strength of her people and the land itself. For days, Nia practiced what the ancestors had taught her. She learned to feel the pulse of the earth beneath her feet, to hear the whispers of the wind, and to sense the life force flowing through every plant and creature. The amulet glowed brighter with each passing day, as if responding to her growing connection with the natural world. As Nia's understanding deepened, so did her resolve to protect her village and its way of life. She began to share her knowledge with others, teaching the children about the old ways and helping the adults reconnect with forgotten traditions. The village buzzed with renewed energy and purpose. But the threat of the outsiders loomed ever closer. One morning, the sound of heavy machinery echoed through the valley. Nia knew the time had come to put her newfound abilities to the test. She gathered the villagers and led them to the edge of the forest, where the outsiders had begun to clear land. Standing tall despite her young age, Nia addressed the intruders. This land is not yours to take. It is alive, as are we who have tended it for generations. We will not allow you to destroy what we have preserved for so long." The outsiders laughed at first, but their amusement turned to awe. And then fear as Nia raised the amulet. The earth beneath their feet began to tremble, not violently, but with a steady pulse that seemed to push against their machinery. The trees around them creaked and groaned, their branches reaching out as if to reclaim the cleared spaces. Nia's voice carried on the wind, imbued with the power of her ancestors. "Leave this place and tell others that it is protected. We are the guardians of this land, and we will remain so." Faced with forces they couldn't understand, and the united front of the villagers, the outsiders retreated, their machines rendered useless against the power of nature and tradition. In the days that followed, Nia worked tirelessly to heal the wounds inflicted on the land. Under her guidance, the village came together to replant trees and restore the disturbed areas. The amulet's glow seemed to seep into the soil itself, accelerating the regeneration of the forest. As weeks turned to months, and months to years, Nia grew into her role as the guardian of her people's legacy. The amulet remained a source of guidance and strength, a constant reminder of the gift she had been given. Not just the power to protect, but the wisdom to lead with compassion and foresight. The village flourished, becoming a haven where the old ways were honored and the connection between the people, their ancestors, and the land remained unbroken. Visitors who came with open hearts were welcomed and taught the importance of living in harmony with nature. Nia's story became legend, passed down through generations as a testament to the enduring power of heritage and the responsibility that comes with it. Children would gather around the central fire, eyes wide with wonder, as they heard tales of the girl who spoke to ancestors and commanded the very earth to protect her people. And so the gift of the ancestors lived on, not just in the amulet that Nia wore, but in the hearts and minds of all who called the valley home. It was a gift of wisdom, of connection, and of the unbreakable bond between a people and their land. A gift that reminded all who heard the story that true strength lies in honoring one's roots while nurturing the promise of tomorrow. As the years passed, Nia watched over her village, her hair gradually turning silver, her face etched with the lines of a life lived in service to others. And when the time came for her to join the ancestors, she did so with a peaceful heart, knowing that she had preserved not just a way of life, but a bridge between past and future. A legacy that would continue to guide and protect her people for generations to come.